Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to read to you a story of Don Bosco. And so you want to skip it for and get another one?
No.
What do you want?
Can we read it tomorrow?
You're a fast reader.
Yeah, but mine is like, all day I had a throat.
All right, I'll wash your dishes. You read it. How about that? All right. Booming voice.
A mother's sacrifice.
A father's sacrifice. Tonight, I will be washing dishes so that you can listen to a story of Don Bosco.
Having overcome the obstacles presented by his friends, an obstacle of another kind arose which threatened to delay his return.
Son, bring that sofa closer over here. Because I want to get that. There you go. I'll put that voice into this video.
My throat's okay.
Again, from the beginning.
Having overcome the obstacles presented by his friends, an obstacle of another kind arose which threatened to delay his return. Since he had no longer had his rooms at the Institute, he would now be living alone in a building which housed some disreputable characters, and in the vicinity of several taverns of ill repute. He would also be living alone and would need a housekeeper, but how could he protect her reputation and his own while they were living in such unsavory surroundings? As usual, he sought the advice of someone. In this instant, his old pastor, who at once saw the solution. I can think of no one better suited to such a task than your mother, he said. She'll be an angel of comfort at your side. Although the advice was sound, Don Bosco still did not see how he could ask his mother to abandon her home, where she was living happily, surrounded by her sons and their wives and grandchildren and all the friends she had made throughout the years. After thinking it over, he concluded that his mother would feel as he did, where the will of God was concerned. Mother, he began, I have made up my mind to go back to my boys, but I need a housekeeper. He outlined the reasons why.
Yeah, I need a housekeeper too. And I have reasons why, right? What about you? You need a housekeeper?
No.
Come on, Max. Who's going to be doing your dishes tomorrow?
Would you be willing to come and live with me?
Snowballs in the video.
He's gone. He's like, no.
Mother, can you imagine me asking my mother, I need a housekeeper, and telling her, I need a housekeeper, mother?
You know how happy I am living with your brother and everyone else in my home? She answered. But if you think that it would please the Lord, then I'm ready to give all that and go with you. In that case, we shall leave after the Feast of Saints. When the local parents heard that he was leaving, they rose up in protest and pleaded with him to stay and take care of their boys. But this, if anything, only added to the burden of sorrow which he and his mother bore as they bade their sad farewells and started out on foot for the oratory. With the usual housewife's foresight, his mother Margaret had already sent ahead a supply of vegetables, wheat, and corn, to make sure that for the first few days at least they would not starve. She also brought a basket of linen and some kitchen utensils. Don Bosco instead carried only his breviary and a missal.
What's a breviary? Spell it. Oh, a suitcase?
I think so.
Briefcase?
Breviary.
Show me.
Breviary.
Sounds like a bird cage. I'm trying to read it upside down, son. I don't know what that is. Breviary.
Oh.
I don't know.
And a missal.
A missal is from the Catholic Church.
Yeah. It was an apostolic journey carried out under apostolic conditions. They reached the city late in the evening, having broken the long trek to eat at the house of a friend. They were only a short distance from their new home when they met Father John Bola, a friend of Don Bosco and a benefactor of the oratory. You look tired and you're covered with dust, he greeted them. Where are you coming from? We walk all the way from Beccai, explained Don Bosco. But on foot? The coach costs money we didn't have. Where are you going to live? In Pinardi's house, near the oratory. But you have no money and no work. What are you going to live on? For the moment, we're putting our trust in Providence. When Vola had recovered from his astonishment, he dug his hand in his pocket, drew out his watch, and handed it to Don Bosco. I admire your trust, he said. I wish I could help you more, if I'd known. But this should tide you over the first few days. Sell it and buy whatever you need. I don't need a watch to tell me when it's time to go to bed. Moments later, they had reached their new home, namely that part of the Pinardi house which his friends had rented for them. It consisted of 2 small bedrooms, one of which doubled as a kitchen, and 2 other rooms completely bare. Don Bosco took the west room, Margaret the kitchen, and adjacent room. Since she wanted to be near Don Bosco to take care of his needs. The other 2 rooms would serve the needs of the oratory. For furniture, they possessed 2 small beds, 2 benches, a small table, a trunk, a cooking pot, 2 saucepans, and a few plates. At Becky, I had to see everything. No, I had to see to everything, was Margaret's first reaction. I had to begin by tidying up and give orders first thing in the morning. Here, instead, I'll have it much easier. Whatever money Vola's watch had brought and whatever supplies Margaret had taken with her were soon used up. What made matters worse was the fact that Don Bosco, no longer chaplain of the Institute, received not 1 cent of income. Yet the calls for help began to come in from many quarters to buy food and clothing for the boys who came to his door, to rent more rooms to meet the expanding oratory. Since neither Margaret nor Don Bosco had their heart to send anyone away empty-handed, all their money and supplies in a matter of a few weeks had dwindled down to nothing. Where could they turn for help? The only way out was to take a step from which country folk ordinarily would recoil. They decided to sell the few parcels of land and the small vineyard they owned at Beccai. When even that proved insufficient, Margaret then made another extraordinary sacrifice for a woman. She sent for her wedding souvenirs and keepsakes and sold them. When I looked at those things which I was holding in my hands for the last time, she confessed, at first I felt upset, but afterward I felt so happy that if I had 100 such things, I'd have given them all up for the same good purpose without the least regret.
I notice you don't have any jewelry, son.
I know it. Metro.
You don't have any jewelry.
I mean, like, Maya made me 2 necklaces, more than 2 necklaces, but I don't know what the other one is. But I have 2 necklaces, one that's the magnetic one with the dragon.
Yes.
And the other one, I don't know.
All right. Why don't I have any jewelry?
I don't know.
Because I grew up in Honduras, so I spent time there. And in Honduras and in Chicago, but in Honduras they would chop off your hand for the watch, a calculator watch that I used to have. That was the fancy push button to calculator.
I want to show you the gap.
So therefore, I couldn't believe that people would steal jewelry. You know? So I just don't have any jewelry. No stress. And then in Chicago, and even my own mother in Honduras, she had her necklace ripped off with part of her dress.
What did that hurt a lot?
Yes, on the back of the neck. And then your mother had that same problem, but she gave it up. But hers was a watch. So that's why I don't have any jewelry. I don't recommend that anyone have any jewelry. It's not worth it. As far as fancy jewelry, silver, gold. I haven't heard of anybody stealing bronze.
My normal workout?
Your normal workout. What's the name of the app?
JY Timer.
JY Timer.
Really awesome.
It's a nice app for keeping track of your time when you're working out. And it's got a good voice, right?
Start.
Start. Go.
Oh, and you can change it.
You can change the voice?
With the pro version.
With the pro version, okay.
Timer sounds, just like it starts here. There.
Press 1.
Swiping.
Can we hear it?
Not from there, but give me a sec. Start. So, let's see if we can adjust.
JY Timer.
Start.
Go.
Oh.
Go.
Go.
So that's cute.
Yeah, and then once it's 20 seconds I have, and I'll have another 3 seconds.
Rest.
Yeah, but you can change the voice with the pro version. You can have the one that you heard was Justin from English, US, and then you can have Adam from the UK English.
Oh, sure. Let's have a go at
Then
Adam.
you can have a female, Scarlett from
Scarlett?
English US,
Uh-huh.
UK Shane.
Those are
But-
females?
Yeah.
Okay,
But-
let me hear the other one that we didn't hear.
That's the problem.
Oh, you got to pay for it. Huh?
Pay it all.
Wow. I do like it.
That's pretty cool. And if you get the pro version, you get to put music while working out.
So I want you to go to the Boy Scouts with me next time.
For Anthony?
And Omarcito.
Omar?
Yeah.
He goes?
Yes.
Junior.
Yes.
What do they do?
They ran around the building. That's a lot more than the other Boy Scout troop we were in. Because
Wait,
I
is
was
it?
invited.
Wait,
I'm
where?
a guest.
Where? What place? What place?
All right, we can go to the karate classes too.
That experience was weird. At Taekwondo. They have you barefoot, and that's kind of embarrassing.
No, everybody has
I know. Like Maya, her pinky toe, like
under her,
from high heels or whatever. But
Well, see, now
Also-
that's where you gotta wear boots. Boots
Also-
don't give you that problem.
they have a wood floor, not carpet. Wood floor, barefoot.
Yes.
And you're well, sometimes. They said not all the time. When you get there,
I'm not certain. No.
when you get there, you run around, running around and around, push-ups, run around, sit-ups, run around, crunches, leg raises. And it seemed to go on for like 20 minutes. But it probably was only like 5 minutes, 10 minutes. It was long. But that was like intense for my feet.
Running barefoot, right?
Oh boy.
Have you noticed?
Yeah, because you never took me. Oh wait, no, there was a dentist appointment or something. Or a doctor or something that we couldn't get there on time.
So go to the next
summer.
place. No,
Next summer.
wait, this was during the daytime?
Yeah.
I mean, in the school time or something?
No, well, yeah, probably.
So 4 days a week? That sounds like wonderful.
Yeah, but this thing is overflowing with dimes and pennies.
It's a balloon.
You remember those things
Yes. Good night, son. Be better than I am. Put first things first. What is first of all? Yes. And if that is true, then you should do what you should do. What should you do? What? Yes. Day and night, always. You know, if there's some other people around you, then you say, well, God, you sent this person to be near me. What do you want me to do? And a lot of the heroes in the Bible were the centurion. What do you think he did for a living? It didn't say, but a centurion is in charge of 100 soldiers. Soldiers are what? No, what do soldiers do? What are they famous for all through history? Yes. So you want to leave? You got the JY timer. Go to sleep now.
Oh no, but I don't need no watch to go to sleep.
What?
In the book, the Bosco story. I don't need a watch.
Oh, that's right. The priest, the pastor, friend of his. There you go. So remember, carry a watch. We'll learn from the story. Carry a watch when you see somebody walking around. Give it to them. Sell this.
Oh, no. I need to sleep at least at 11 for middle school, because that gives exactly more or less 8 hours of sleep.
All right. Earlier is better. 10 o'clock.
Today, I slept 2 times. One time in the morning at Grandma's house for an hour, then again, like 2 hours later for 2 hours.
Very good. Yes, you've recovered very well. You look fine. I didn't even notice, you know.
In the
So,
morning?
did you hear about how the Hunza people in Tibet, I think in that area, in some mountaintop, they get hollered. They don't get hollered. They get ugly looks from their other friends if they get sick, because they said you haven't taken care of yourself. So that means you must do something so you can take care of yourself. Yeah. God bless you and those that surround.